people? What's going on? How is everybody doing? This is your boy Harlem, and I'm back with another video. On today's video, there's gonna be a trade breakdown. You understand me? There's gonna be a trade breakdown of how I took a trade. I think it's a 1 or 2 or 1 or 3. I can't remember very well of how we took this trade. So this is not really a type of video where I'm just trying to show y'all that like I make profit or something like that. But on this video, I just want to share how you can trade some type of like structures in the market. You understand me? Because structure is structure at the end of the day. Once you understand structure, once you understand behavior, once you understand patterns, then there's nothing for me that's nothing for you that you have to do as a trader but to just execute. So this video going to be based on how I took a trade on gold, strictly the hourly time frame. You can see that like price is in a sideways movement, right? And I always say I don't trade sideways movements, but this one is different. You understand me? This one is entirely different. You understand me? But it's still things that I always talk about that like, you understand me? Like it's everyday basis things that I always talk about on YouTube. So enough of the capping. Let's just hop into the chart. So if you can look at the structure, you can see that like this is just like a sideways movement. Prices just bouncing off support, bouncing off resistance. I don't know if you say it's supply, if you say it's demand, but it's bouncing off support and it's bouncing off resistance, right? Those are facts, right? So now yesterday on this right there, I saw that like obviously our London session as a breakout yesterday came for a retest, pushing to the upside. Understand me? Once we had multiple rejections from that zone, do you guys hear me? Once we had multiple rejections from that zone above our resistance, this is the resistance right there. Let me do this. Let me do this. This is resistance. Resistance. This is support. Right? We buy on support, we sell on resistance. Those are facts. So once I saw multiple rejections above our resistance right there, I was 100% sure that obviously with the breakout, we might have that higher time frame retest being the 4-hour, right? So I was waiting for a 4-hour retest, anticipation of a continuation to the upside. Do you guys understand me? So obviously now, once we had multiple rejections and we had a bearish close, this bearish candlestick was my first take. You understand me? So once we had a big candle close and we had an engulfing candle close on our pre-session, on our pre-New York session, right? Pre-NY, guys, pre-NY. So I have this rejection, I have this pin, but I have this big candle close, and I have this bearish engulfing candle close. So with this bearish engulfing candle close, I could have took it by above. I could have just took continuation trades above resistance, right? Because this candle was going to be a what? A break back in. It was going to be a breakout and a retest inside, but closing above the resistance, right? So once this candlestick closed below, so all I was looking for, or all I knew that like obviously this is just like some type of breakout, break back in, retest below, anticipation of a continuation to the downside. I repeat, people, this was just a what? Breakout, break back in, retest below, continuation to the downside. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? This was a breakout, break back in, retest below, continuation to the downside. If it happened, if this could have happened right here, like on support, with a break of support, break back in of support, retest above, I could have simply took buys. Do you guys understand where I'm going with this or how I'm trying to explain this? You understand me? So with this big candle close, all I waited for, it was for a retest below. All I waited for, it was a retest below. All I waited for, it was a retest below. All I waited for, guys, it was a retest below, right? So I think I had my stop loss on like 4 pips. I think it was 350. Who be calling me? I think it was 3 or 450 right there. You understand me? That's where I put my TP. That's where I put my stop loss. And I was looking for a simple 10 pip move to the downside. And that was it, people. That was it. That was it, right? So let me explain this again. Let me break this down again. Let me do this. We have resistance and we have support, right? So we know that like we buy here, we sell there, right? We buy on support, we sell on resistance. Once we get a break of support, we're going to sell below support, right? Something like this. Once we break off resistance, we're going to buy above resistance, right? Being something like this. You understand me? So those are the basics of understanding market structure, support and resistance. So when I say we buy support, we obviously trade above support. When we're trading above support, we anticipate what reversals to the upside. When we're trading below resistance, we anticipate continuations or reversals to the downside. Until we get a break of resistance, we start buying above resistance. Until we get a break of support, we start selling below support. You understand me? So yesterday, my trade for yesterday, right? The London session, 8 a.m., 7 a.m., pre-London basically broke out of resistance. And when we were about an hour before the London session, price came for that little pullback or exhaustion phase and continued to the upside, having multiple rejections on some type of zone right there. You understand me? Price started pushing to the downside, breaking back inside of resistance, being what? Break out, break back in. So once price broke back in, all I had in the back of my mind was like, price did have that bullish momentum, but the bulls didn't regain, but the bulls lost their momentum and the bears regained their momentum, right? So price broke out, came back for a retest, continued to the upside, having multiple rejections, breaking back inside our resistance. All I waited for was what? For price to retest below our resistance, failed to break out, and anticipated continuations to the downside. If this could have happened on support, price breaking out of support, coming back for a retest, continuing to the downside, having a zone which price is failing to continue with, pushing back again, breaking back inside. I could have took a trade once price has a retest above support. Boom. And that will be my take. You understand me? So this doesn't seem easy, you understand? It doesn't seem easy, but these are the basics of understanding what structure. These are just the simple basics of what learning and understanding market structure. You understand me? So yesterday's trade was yesterday's trade, right? Yesterday's trade was entirely yesterday's trade. Understand me? Like I say, this is what I always wake up to do, right? This is what I always wake up to do. I'm a breakout trader. I'm a pattern trader. I'm a reversal trader. I'm a resistance trader, support trader, candle trader, time frame trader. I trade everything. It's just simply based, or it has to make sense to me, or it has to give me more than 2 confirmations. Understand me? I can't take a trade on 1 confirmation unless I take 25% of my signal. All I need is 2 or more confirmations. In this instance, I had what? 1, 2, 3. I had 3 confirmations. Bear candle, break back in, retest below, anticipation to the downside, and that was it. So we had our 10 pip trade, we had our 10 pip gain, we had our 10 pip profit, and that was it. I wasn't looking for much, I wasn't looking for less. This is a bonus, people, understand me, because now price broke out again of our support, of our resistance right there. All I'm waiting for, if I will continue bullish, is for price to trade above this high right there. Once price breaks that high, I will anticipate what? A push, an exhaustion, push breakout, retest exhaustion, anticipation of a continuation to the downside. Today is CPI, people. Today is CPI. I don't want to be too much on the markets because I know anything can happen. The markets might favor me, the markets might go against me, but the only thing I will do is to just stick to my plans, stick to my rules, and just stick to my discipline and let the rest be history. That's all I got on this video, people.